Hello. Just gonna wait for some people to get the notification that I am live so that I can begin speaking. What's up, Mac? How are you? What's up, Jazz? How are you? So before I start, let me pin hey Henry, how sex works with spirituality. That's what we're gonna name it, right? So what I'm gonna be speaking about is about how sex is a form of exchange and how it can change it all. Let me see if I could pin. Can I pin my comment? How do I? Okay, pin. Okay, there you go. So how are you guys doing? How's everyone feeling? What's up, Sammy? What's up, Joy? Good afternoon. How was your Labor Day weekend with this? Oh, I feel good. It was a great weekend. It was very, very relaxing. I'm happy. I'm good. You know, I have my not so great days, but I think we're all kind of going through this collectively. So today I wanted to talk about something really, something that's been, I feel like Spirits has called me to do this. What's up, Marvin? And I'm so glad you were able to get off early. That's amazing. So I wanted to talk about this because I felt that Spirit has drawn me to this is something that's been like in my ear for a couple of weeks now. And so I felt like today's the day that I wanted to talk about it. And what it is about how sex works with your spirituality. So unless you're living under a rock, then you probably know about, remember about 2 months ago, there was that video that went viral of Stella Emanuel. It was these white coat doctors that were on Capitol Hill talking about how hydrochloroquine, which is, what everyone said that Trump was saying was bleach, which is not true, but whatever. People were trying to discredit her because she is a spiritualist. She is a God-fearing woman and she believes in spirituality. And she, in her videos on YouTube, she's talked about how, demons and sexually transmitted infections and how, sex really contaminates the body. And I felt like this is a really interesting topic. So I just wanted to kind of explain what she was trying to say. This is something that I've always felt, but now that I get to, now that she's come out and said it, a lot of people tried to make fun of her because she believes in this. Okay. So people are like, well, this is the same lady who believes that you can get sexually transmitted through demons. Like they have sex with you in your sleep. So I wanted to talk about that today. And so that's what this video is about. Okay. As you guys already know, sex is very serious. It's an exchange of energy. It's an exchange of physical bodily fluids. The closest you could ever be to another person is to be inside of them. So when you're having sex with someone, you're literally inside someone else's body. Okay. So there is a transfer of energy along with physical, bodily fluids. So what Stella Emanuel was trying to say is that through sex, you exchange demons. You exchange, for those who don't believe, this is not about religion, this is about spirituality. I think most of us can agree that there's good and bad. So when you have sex with someone, you may be a very woke person. You may be someone who is, very in tune with your spirituality. You treat yourself with respect. But the person that you're having sex with, they have their own demons. They have their own set of demons. They have their own struggles in life. Okay? And so what happens is that when you have sex with someone, you're having sex with someone and you're having sex with whatever their attachments are, okay? So if this person is, promiscuous, I know that the world now tries to make sex something that is something that's very casual. And if that's how you feel, I don't want to take away from how you feel. This is my perspective. My perspective is that sex is very sacred. because you are exchanging energetic energy, and also spiritual energy, and also bodily fluids. You can get an STD, you can get pregnant or get a girl pregnant. If you have sex through sex, there's life that's created, and there's also, STDs that come with that. So that's what Stella Immanuel was trying to say. When you have sex with another person, you're literally inside another human being, okay? And so what happens is whatever that person has gone through, whether they're, some people are more woke than others. I've had some trauma in my childhood when it came to my parents having a divorce. And it was very, very hard for me. But I realized that, I'm in my pursuit of happiness. I'm in my pursuit of growth. But there's still a lot of people that aren't aware of the fact that they have a lot of healing to do. And so they may use sex. Sex to a lot of people is just like, I'm just getting off. I'm getting my rocks off. But it's not, it's so much deeper than that, you guys. Sex is something that is so, so, so deep. And so you really need to know who you're having sex with before you have sex with them. Now, you may not know this person. You don't have to know a person for years to be like, okay, I want to have sex with that person. That really just depends on you. But just know that you are inheriting that person's energy when you have sex with that person. So if that person has demons, every person has their struggles, but other people have some darker demons than others. Just know that when you're having sex with someone, that you're transmitting that. Okay, in Spanish we call them ataduras, oppression. Those demons are sticking onto you because you're becoming one with that person. So you transfer that energy to each other. So that's what Stella Immanuel was trying to say in her videos, that everyone was like, oh, well, she was saying, if you have sex, you with demons infiltrate you through the vaginal canal and through sex. It's true. A lot of times that, there are couples that, there may be someone who's in a relationship who gets an STD from their partner. Maybe the partner didn't know about it, and they just went untreated for a really long time. And sometimes that person actually was unfaithful, and they brought that energy into the relationship, and they betrayed their partner by betraying their body, right? But when you become one with someone and you're having sex with someone, you never think that someone is going to betray you like that. So just know that, that happens from that person having a problem with temptation, and that person either lacking something and feeling that, sex is a way of getting it. And so that's what she meant. And I just feel like it's really, really important to talk about these things, because we live in a world now. Look, I'm not perfect. I've lived life. I've done some things that I'm not, proud of. But like I said, I'm in pursuit of my happiness. And I feel like it's important knowledge is power. Knowledge is infinite. And so I think it's important to have these conversations. Sex isn't just sex, in my opinion. I feel like sex is a lot deeper than that. So that's why it's important to really know who you're having sex with. Do your research. It's not about just climaxing. There's so much that happens when you're having sex with someone. And also, I wanted to say that, actually, let me see. I had sex with a female one time. Then I started being very anxious and fearful. I believe fornication really changed my personality. I'll share my experience. I was single for a really long time. And I was making money. I was happy. I felt emotionally fulfilled. Like, I didn't want to have sex with anyone, even though, sex is great. I'm the type of person that I have to really, really like someone. I have to really be into someone to give my body to them. And so it starts off in an emotional, spiritual level, and then physically it comes for me. But I wasn't having sex. Everything was going great for me. My music was popping. I felt just emotionally fulfilled. And then I gave into temptation, and I did the business with a man. And this man had no intentions of, being with me, and I had no intentions of being with him for the long haul. I was just lonely. It was snowing outside, and I was like, you know what? I'm grown, you're grown, let's do this. And then after that, it was like all of a sudden I needed money. I started feeling like shit about myself. I felt that I started lacking in areas of my career. Like, I just didn't feel happy. And it was because I had no business doing that. I had no business, shapeshifted. I had no business giving my body to someone who had no intentions of, I mean, at least good intentions for me and for me and for them. So that's what I mean. Like, sex is so serious, guys. It's more than just climaxing and feeling good. Like, it's that feeling you get once that person walks out and you feel empty. I do not like to feel empty, and that's why I feel like sex is such an important thing. I catch feelings. Girls catch feelings when they have sex with someone, because it's like they say a man needs a place, a woman needs a person. I actually have to be into someone to have sex with that person. I can't just have sex with you just because you look good. And the one time I did do that, I felt like shit about myself. I felt terrible. And I started feeling like things were missing in my life. And I was mad at myself. I felt ugly all of a sudden. I had my self-esteem completely, it just felt terrible. And so that's why I say, guys, sex isn't just sex, okay? And I do feel that when you are being promiscuous, you are opening the doors to, what do they say? They say, it's a quote, it says, the idle mind is the devil's playground. When you're not doing things with a conscious mind, that's when you allow the devil to infiltrate, because the devil's like, oh wait, you're not paying attention. Let me just come in and make it seem like you're going to feel great after you do this. And then after you wake up and you're consciously like, oh my God, what did I do? You feel like shit about it. So I'm just going to go and read some of the comments here. Same here, you write a lot. I love that you were saying and sharing these things. Thank you, Henry. Do you think the same for men and as for women? Listen, I feel it's for both. At the end of the day, I believe a woman and a man, we have our divine roles, despite what society tries to put on us. There's woman and there's man. And I do believe a man serves a certain purpose and a woman serves a certain purpose. We're versatile. We've progressed. But I believe at the end of the day, we're human and we come from the divine. We're divine energy. So I think it's really, really important to think about your sexuality. Sex feels great. But if you're doing it with the wrong person, you're going to start to feel depleted. You're going to be, it's like almost like an energy vampire. They take all your energy and then they leave. Because they're empty, then they come to you, suck all your energy, and then they leave you, and then you're feeling like shit about yourself, okay? So I have been there, I have done that, and it's a very, very lonely place. And so the point of my video, of this whole rant or this live, is just, I guess, to bring awareness of something that has, been, like I said, I'm not religious. Some people say, well, fornication and being married and stuff like that. I respect marriage, but I live with someone I'm not married to, and I fornicate all the time. But I know this person on a soul level, and I love this person on a soul level. So for me, it's not like I'm having casual sex. Like, I know my partner, and it's just a matter of we're going to get married when we get married, and that's our choice. But I mean casual sex. Sex isn't just sex. Know who you're having sex with. Again, because sex is an exchange of not only bodily fluids, but you guys, when you have sex with someone, you can create life. That's beyond my comprehension. When you have sex with someone, you can transfer STDs, bodily fluids. It's not just sex, guys. Sex is so sacred. And I think the way that the world has been in the last 10, 12 years, or even more than that, because a lot of people get mad at like Cardi for having the WAP song, but like, I don't know if y'all remember, ooh, oh, Diamond Girl, from like the freestyle age, and like that shit was a freaky ass song, and there's a lot of freaky ass songs that came out when I was a kid, so let's not start blaming millennials for this shit. But it is becoming more a sexual thing where sex is just sex, and sex isn't just sex, guys. This shit is serious. So yeah, that's let me see. Yes, facts. It's all soul ties. The glow, though. Someone got some D last night. I actually didn't get no D last night, but I got some D the day before that. So this is a filter. Angela Staten said she had sex with a man, then started to have a taste for onions. What? Okay. So yeah, I think I'll just wait until you guys if you have any more questions about this. I just felt like this was an important thing to talk about. And as I said, I am not perfect. I've done some things I'm not proud of in my life. But you know what? I can look back and I can say I lived my life. And I'm not speaking from a perspective of having none. I actually have lived, and I've lived my life, and I have so much to live for and still to experience. But I'm coming from a place of I've lived this. And if you're a spiritual being, some people will go on and be like, yo, sex is just sex. And that's cool. You do what you got to do. But for me, I'm a very spiritual person. And I do believe that when you have sex with someone, you do transfer demons. You do transfer energy. And if that person, for all you know, that person has things that you don't even know, ancestral curses from their family, from their blood lineage, and they're inside you. You do take a piece of, I remember hearing this when I was younger, that whoever you have sex with, they've had sex with all the people you've had sex with. And I didn't understand it until I became a woman. And I'm like, oh, you're so right. It makes sense now. Because when you have sex with someone, you become one. And so you take a piece of that person's energy. So that's why it's very important to have sex and be mindful with who you're having sex with. And also, if every time you have sex, sage, Palo Santo, incense, say a lot of prayers, and ask God to really protect you. And if you ever feel like you had sex with someone that like drained your energy, ask God or divine, whoever your God is, it's all spiritual here. Ask the divine to purge that out of you. God, take this negative energy outside of my body. I was not born with it. I made a mistake and this doesn't feel good, and restore me back to my purity or your purest state, because we're all not perfect, right? Huge fan of your work. You're a great singer. Ever since I met you, I spread the word about your music. Thank you, Big Lou. So I'm going to leave it like that. Send you guys lots of love and light. We're in a crazy ass time, you guys. Last thing I want to say is that we're going through the Great Awakening. I never in my life thought that we would be living through times like this. I never cared about politics. Didn't feel like it affected me because I don't make the same money that rich people make. So like, why does it affect me? But we're going through an awakening. We are learning things about ourselves that we never knew, or opening up certain portals that we kind of knew, and now we're going through the rabbit hole, going down it, and really just discovering things and opening up Pandora's box. So stay positive, stay woke. I see. What about sex with multiple partners? Can you still experience spirituality? I feel like that's a personal preference. Are these people that you're having these people you're having sex with, these multiple partners, are these people who are energetically in alignment, spiritual alignment as you? Are they people who, like, I thought I was going to end this, but I guess it's going to be a little longer. Okay, so how a person eats, what they eat, what they ingest, their energy, their traumas, their ancestry, their lineage, generational curses, that affects you and your energy. So are the people you have to ask yourself, are you having sex with people who are living their best life? Who are like me? I don't like to have sex with multiple people. I'm a one man girl. I like to be with one person. I love love, and I love it to be reciprocated. I love reciprocity, and so for me, I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? That's not my thing. But if it's your thing, it's just a matter of you making that judgment call for yourself. You feel energetically, spiritually, on a soulful level if someone is good for your vagina or your penis or your body. Are they worthy? Ask yourself, are you worthy of everything that I have to give? Because you're not just a hole. You're not just a penis. You are divine. You are special. You are life. There's nothing greater, or, God knows what he does. There's nothing more important than your vessel, this body that God gave you now, and you have to take care of it spiritually, emotionally, physically. You got to take care of your body. You do. And when you start allowing certain things in your life, you notice that your life quality starts to change. You start to be sad all of a sudden, depressed all of a sudden. You start to lack things, money and stuff like that. I've been there before and I hate it, and I don't like to feel like that. So moving forward, I don't do things that are going to make me feel that way. That's not what Cardi B teaches, and she has 75 sheep followers. Yep. A ring of salt, that's what condoms are for. Yeah, but even condoms can't stop energy transferring, okay? It can stop pregnancy. It can even, condoms can't stop STDs. If someone's on top of you and, you have like the juice on top of your like thing, you can still get STDs. You can still get HPV. You can still get herpes. You could get all types of shit. So I see those diseases as something that you, when God made you, you didn't have that. So I do feel like that's evil, and it usually comes in the form of if somebody was deceitful, they stepped out on you, and they lied to you, and they didn't know, or you were being promiscuous. You know what I mean? And you were doing it with someone that caused that kind of like that vibe and that balance. You notice people who don't care about what they eat. You can feel it, especially people who are in relationships where they don't use, protection, and their partner finishes inside of them. If your partner eats like shit, drinks Coca-Cola and soda and shit all day, and they don't drink any kind of water, and they eat meat, they eat salt, they eat sugar all day, you can feel that your pH, as a woman, your pH feels different because your partner you are what you eat. So you gotta ask yourself that. Do I want everything that you have and all of this? Okay, so the G-spot is the spirituality bell ring. Yeah, I agree. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Thought I was gonna end this, but this is longer than it always ends up being longer than I think it is. So I'm again sending you guys lots of love and light. Be positive, stay woke, and don't be afraid to speak up, because all we have is our voices, and no one can silence us unless we allow them to. So deuces.